Hello and welcome. We're going to continue with the series. I did want to explain real quick. Somebody pointed out a rule mistake I've been doing this whole series so far. As you may recall, I've been going like to here and do my check, and then if I pass, I take a white cube. They pointed out you only get the white cubes if you go to this specific location right here and do an actual action called quarry. So flying through a spot is not a quarry action. It's just you're avoiding damage. So I've definitely been doing that wrong. I did verify it. I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe there was a few missions where I took advantage of flying through places and took white cubes. And I do remember one mission in particular, I used that to win. But for the most part, I've gone into Nebula because I'm just trying to get progress. And then I end up picking up a cube I didn't even want, and then I end up jettisoning it for one reason or the other, and then the AI gets a bonus to their die roll. So I think in the long run, the way I was playing it was hurting me more than helping me. So this new rule, I actually think is better. And yes, I do think an outcome of one or two games might change, but had I known that this was the rule, I would have played them differently as well. So I think that the AI has definitely benefited from me jettisoning cubes I never wanted in the first place. And so to me, it's a wash. But from here on out, I will try to play it correctly. I've already reset the game, and then these are the three tiles that I picked. I have a spawn point here and a spawn point here. And just as a reminder, Tigress Gate is like an unstable gate. So you go through it and you just end up in one of the spawn points instead of another gate, but you still get a fame point for that. These are the three tiles that we drew. And right now, as I hit start here, I was looking for Loth and Kemplar. And I think I found Loth right here. And there's Kemplar. So they were right next to each other. Okay, so now what I got to do is I'm just trying to shuffle these tiles. And of course it's not easy to do. I mention it every time, I know, I'm sorry. All right, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Along with these two, and then this is going to start the other pile. All right. Just full confession, I was actually thinking of quitting this series, largely because I just want to play other stuff. This game has some of the most fantastic components, and I just love it. This campaign mode is interesting, but most of the campaign missions are too short, in my opinion. I don't like how short they are. I feel like I spend more time setting them up than I do actually playing them. And also they seem like silly. They seem like the kind of challenges that once you solve them from a puzzle perspective, like they're puzzles more than a replayable thing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've lost a couple times and things of that nature, and I'm sure that there's a nice little science behind, like I'm really convinced that Meteor Shower is how you should start every time. Things like that. Like you can get like this little system in place, so now you can really get your points up. I'm not a big fan of beat your own score kind of mentality, so I'm not, super excited about them. And some of these missions seem brutal.